guys are doing fine. So in this video I'm going to show you how to sort a certain given array in a technique called the bubble sort. So before going to codes, let's just visualize how the bubble sort algorithm actually works on sorting the array either in increasing or in decreasing order. So I will just replay this and we just see how the bubble sort is working. So at the first step, the bubble sort just compare two elements which are next to each other, and when it gets to one which is less or one which is greater, so it swap them. After swapping them, the last one on the first step is just fixed on the last side. So you do not need to check the last element in unsorted array if you just started an algorithm. So let's see this how we can apply it into a code, or simple codes that we can apply, or simple codes that we can write in JavaScript just to sort a given array. So let's go on. So let me open here the VS Code. So yes, I'll be opening the YouTube tutorial file. So I will name just I'm sorry, just suffering from flu. I will name the file the bubble sort. So first of all, we have an array which is unsorted. Let's call it unsorted array. Unsorted R. So this array have elements. Sorry, let's just put random elements and make sure that these elements are just in the chaotic order. They do not follow any given order, just they are unsorted as we said. So next thing we will just need we just need the variable of swapping or just exchanging elements. We just call it swap. So we will need a function. Let's call this function bubble sort. Yes, and in this function we just pass, or we just pass a new array which we'll call sorted array, or we can just call it array. And in that array we will just need to name the end of an array. The end of an array will be just the length of the array just minus 1. That will be the end. So we need to go through the array, so that's why we need the loop. The for loop will help us. So we just name an initializing variable. Let's call it I, and this I will start with the first position, which is 0, and that first position, or the just work going through the array, which will just happen if I is less than the end. Sorry. So we just increment the we just increment go incrementing, meaning increasing the position. We'll first check the first position and see the next position, continue as possible, as far as possible, till we get to where I is equal to end, or I is greater than the end. Unless it is not that way, we will just continue incrementing. So there we just have the swapped array, the swapped variable. We just check to true. But if we check the swapped array to true, it means before just going through the array, the swapped variable will be false. Sorry. So we need a new variable which is called temporary, or just simply temp. I'm just using the common name for variables in algorithm. Just temp means the temporary position that we are on during working. For example, if you're on position 2, so the temp variable will just keep the position 2 in this array. So initially the temporary position will be the array I. So let's say array I, sorry, I. So before going to I, we just need to check If we are just sorting either in increasing order or in decreasing order, it means the initial position which will be I must be, if we are just increasing, must be less than the next position, which is I plus 1. Yes, it means if you are on position 0, the I plus 1 will be position 1. If you are in position 2, the I plus 1 will be position 3, and so on, so on. So, uh, let me- sorry, actually I have distraction here around, but let me put it here. So, this will be in the if, yes. So, the initial position will be the temporary variable will keep the current position, and the current position will just be swapped with the next position if this condition is true. Yes, so swapping will be array 1 plus 1, I plus 1, sorry, and the array I I plus 1 we just change to be the temporary will just be kept in the temporary variable. Actually, you have to master this code. This snippet of code is what does wonders. So after that, because as we saw there in the visualization of how the bubble sort works, we saw that we saw that pardon, yeah, it was supposed to be a semicolon, not a comma. So the last we saw that the last position is not considered when, because in the previous step it have been solved. So we will still decrement. We will decrement from going down, 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 down. So that's why we will just decrement this. Sorry, we just decrement this, and so we need to decrement. So we have to test this in a do while loop. So the do will be the bubble sort function. We will pass the unsorted array. Yes. So while yes, while swapped is true, or while swapping is true. So this is how it will work. So we just need to print. So in JavaScript, when we want to print, we use console log, yes, unsorted array, yes, unsorted array. So I think we are good with this code, so we can test if the code works. Sorry. Yes, we can test our code here on the terminal and just run node. Make sure that you have node installed. BubbleSort, BubbleSort.js. So you see the array that we got is sorted, but is sorted in increasing order. Is sorted in increasing order. 78 is equal to 78. So one of them will be the first and the other one will be the second. 56, 25, 13, and 0. So if we want to sort it in decreasing order, we will just change the symbol here. It means the first element must be greater than the next element. So here, if we run again node bubble sort, we just see that it is sorted in decreasing order, in increasing order. Here it was in decreasing order, coming from the biggest element to the lowest, to the smallest element. So here we are coming from the smallest element to the largest element. So here we have the bubble sort. I think you've saw that the bubble sort just fixes the last position to be true, and just compare two approaching elements. Either if we want to check if the one is greater than another, or the another one is less than another, so that we can swap them. So that's how the bubble sort works. I hope that this code snippet have just helped you to know how the bubble sort works, or how the algorithm of bubble sorting works on an array. Thank you so much. Let's see you in the next video.